Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. How's everyone doing today? I trust you are doing well. Thank you very much for stopping by. And if this is your first time, welcome. This is Obodo TV. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. Hit the like button so that this video can get more visibility. And please give this video a thumbs up. There's a thumbs up and there's a thumbs down. Try not to hit the thumbs down. We don't want it. We don't want the thumbs down. The thumbs down does not help us. Thumbs up, this one. And that bell is to alert you whenever we are on. This is the thumbs up. It's like this, up. This is the only one you should press. Don't press the other one. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. Yeah, this is just going to be a quick one because every day and I would see Rishi for social media. Every day. I dey talk jokingly for here say I go start church. I need to go and start church because I'm missing out. By now I'm supposed to don dey cash out. I go don supposed to dey stack my money for my private jet and everything. I need to because every day now you dey see all sorts of social media, mommy geos, prophetess, prophet, dishing out advice. They not go school past me, they not read Bible past me. The advice that they give no pass this one they give. So I don't know one that no encourage me. We need to go to the permanent sites. This ministry needs to move to the oh my god, Bridget, even you said you don't serious. You dey talk how you dey laugh. What did they laugh for? You're supposed to be serious. If you're not serious, how can they take you serious? My people, now Rishi with the hear every day. Advice, marriage, advice, marriage. If you are tired, our tired is tired. Our tired of our ears are tired. Our tired is tired now. That's how we don't tire marriage now. So women, this women do this, women do this, women don't do this. And the one that say who they advise the brothers. Who is advising brothers? The only person that I know currently on social media that I can say that okay, at least is looking at both sides in terms of all this teaching and is Pastor K. He's the one that I can say that he really, really digs in when it comes to anything he's talking about. He's always looking both ways, But you see a lot of all these pastors in Nigeria or in Africa. Hey, Afisuru. So this one is trending a few days ago, and I saw it on social media. I decided to talk about it because, okay, let me play the video. Is this lady that was saying that you have to submit your husband? You have to. This is what she said exactly. I'll play the video first, and then I'll come and make my comments because I have a lot to say. I wish I'd done this on a live stream. I'm sure it would have angered a lot of you, but I don't think it's fight matter. I said, as a wife, your money should be submitted to your husband before you spend a dime out of it. Okay? This is what she said. She said, as a wife, your money should be submitted to your husband before you spend a dime. That means your husband needs to give you whatever you want to spend out of that money has to be given to you by your husband. Otherwise, you have no right to be spending even the money you make yourself. You don't have any right to spend it except you submitted it to your husband. So let's hear from this madam. Let's hear from her what she has to say.
Your money should be submitted to your husband before you spend a dime out of it. Yes, you heard me right. Your money belongs to the both of you, and he has the authority, full authority over the money, over your resources, to tell you how to spend it, what to do with it. Remember, he's the head of the home. You are to submit to him in everything, including my money, the way we call it. It's my money. I work for it. No, it's our money, and then he has the control over the money. Woman of God, how can you say that? What if he spends it? Well, that's why that period of courtship is good for you to choose the man you will gladly submit to. Because if you don't submit your resources, especially your money, to your husband, you are disobeying God. It's a sin. It can hinder your prayer. I'm telling you the truth. It can hinder your prayer. You become an unsincere person before God. You become a liar. You become a liar before God. He says, submit in all things. All things means all things. I'm not the one that said it. Let's look at your Bible. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 24. Open your device. Let's read. Open your manual Bible if you have one with you. Let's read together. I'm reading from the King James Version. It says, therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Did you say
They
something?
shout now.
No.
No need to shout, madam. Calm down.
Things.
We're hearing you from the back. It's
so
okay.
I give you a scenario now. For example, if you are a working class wife, at the end of the month, when your salary is paid, you bring the alert, the credit alert to your husband and show him. In fact, copy it from your phone. Send it to him on WhatsApp. Okay, you don't have WhatsApp. Send it to him as an SMS. Honey, my salary has been paid. What do we do about it? I need to get some things. You let him know what you need. He has to approve it. Is it my father that trained me? Well, that's why you have changed your father's name to his name. It's now your new father. It's now your leader. You submit to your leader. It's like voting someone into an office. That period you vote that man, that politician, that woman into that office to represent you. He will be the leader. There's nothing you can do about it. He's going to lead you because you voted him. So the time of courtship is the time of voting. That time you were courting, you had every chances, all the chances in the world. You had every chance to say, I want this one, I don't want this one, I can submit to this, I can't submit to this. Because if you get married to him, if you eventually marry him, you will submit to him. You must submit. I don't believe in, it's my money. It's my money. I will do whatever I like with it. I will spend it how I like it. No. From the day you say I do, from the day you say I do to him, he becomes your leader. Your money becomes, it becomes his money. His money becomes your money.
Why didn't you say so before, though?
You as the
You're
woman,
just
you are the
now
one to
that his
submit.
money becomes our money too.
You submit to him. He tells you how the money should be spent. He tells you what to do. And do you know, as a woman, as a wife, as a Christian wife, you are not supposed to give out money to anybody, any human being, without the consent of your husband. Because if you do, you're also an unsincere wife.
What about tithes?
Also an unsincere. So you need to tell him, I want to pay my brothers tuition fee. I want to buy a house for my mother. I want to take my dad on a medical trip. You have to let him know everything. Stop hiding your financial activities from your husband. He's the head. Submit to him. Submit to him. He has 100.
We don't hear. Atigbo. We don't hear, auntie. It be like say the matter, EJ, you all have for body where you have to submit. You have to submit to your husband. You have to submit to your. See, calm down. Be calming down. The thing is doing you zig, doing your body zig, zig. Oh, my people, Obodo fam. So, I want prophetess, you say be prophetess for Nigeria. Say for Nigeria, anybody can be anything. Once you just wear coat, you may or may not put collar so that you go represent, say, you be man or woman of God. You go just carry title boa. You don't need any special qualification. You don't need to go any school. You don't need anything. Anybody can be anything when it comes to religion. So the issue is about submission. Hmm. And this issue, it dey cause wahala seriously. It dey cause wahala of submission. And I've always said it, and I feel like I need to say it before I say anything further, because I know say a lot of people go to watch to see what I want to talk. I've always said that I don't have any problem with submission because I'm a Christian and I practice the Christian faith. And because this is the faith, this is what the faith says about submitting to your own husband, I don't have any problem with that. I believe in it. And let me bust your bubbles, guys. As I was coming and preparing for this show, I said, I'm going to play the devil's advocate on this one. Okay? And what I'm going to say, I want you guys to listen. Yeah? More than no quick jump into a conclusion. Listen with an open heart. She has a point. She does. I agree with her. Not completely, but I do agree with her in some certain things that she said. You know, I was taking notes as she was talking. She said, the husband is the head of the home. I agree with that. If you're a Christian, you know that the husband is the head of the family. So I agree with that. Okay. She also said that uh, she said that if you don't submit your money to your husband, you are disobeying God. Okay? That one, we need to discuss it. We have to discuss that one. I can't just agree with that one like that. Mhm. Mhm. Then she also said that he has control. I don't like that word control at all. Because what is suggests is I don't know. Personally, that word control, I don't like it. It has control. No, nobody should have control over another person. In a relationship, it's two people. And this is where the wahala is always coming from African marriages because we always feel like one person should control the other person. I was watching a show the other day. This ladies on the View, and they were talking about how marriages in the diaspora are breaking. They keep breaking. They say Nigerians have the top score in places like Canada with marriages. But what they don't understand is that it's because people keep statistics in this part of the world. In Nigeria as well, marriages are breaking by the minute, by the hour. Marriages are breaking everywhere in the world. It's not only in the diaspora, it's not only in Canada, it's not only in the UK or US. Marriages are breaking. Yeah, they are breaking. And there's a lot of pressure on couples, on married couples. Mhm. A lot of pressure. Mhm. So my problem with the word control is that it depicts one person taking decision, which it shouldn't be. I don't believe one person should take decision. I believe both people, both the male and the female in the marriage should decide. It's a discussion, it's an interaction, it's an agreement. It should be an agreement. So that control bit, I don't like it. But I also agree with her when she said that the courtship period is for you to gain some clarity about the kind of man that you can submit to. So if you go and marry a man that you can, because it's not, look, especially for ladies that are very assertive, like myself, and you are confident, you speak your mind, you are not afraid to share your opinion, you know, you are very vocal, you are opinionated, and all that. It's very, very important. It's not all men that we can, people like us cannot submit to all men. It's not possible. It's just not possible. It's not because, you know, it's not deserving. It's just that, you know, two cannot work together except they agree. And you cannot agree with someone like that. So I agree with her when she says that it is during the courtship period that you should also already determine if you can submit to the person or not. Okay? Everything she said, it sounds very dandy, very nice to the ears, and pleasant, and would have been kumbaya kind of, Adam, Garden of Eden, love and relationship, but it's not in the real world. That's the problem I have with this lady. Everything she said is not realistic because we are not in an ideal world. We are not in a perfect world. It would have worked what she said about how you must submit your money to your husband before you even use from it, before you even take anything from it. If we live in an ideal world, a perfect world, but we don't. We don't. Okay? So it cannot work. It cannot work. It cannot. Let me give instances. For example, she said, "What if the man wastes the money?" Okay, it's not everybody that is good with managing money. Some people are very good with finances. They are very good. They are prudent. They are not wasteful, and they plan. They can plan, strategize, and put the money to make more money. They can invest, but it's not everybody. Both male and female, we are not gifted the same way. So some women can also, they are very good with their finances, and turning 1 naira to 2 naira, while some are not. And it's the same thing for our brothers as well. So if, let's say, the man is not good with money, let's say he has an addiction like gambling, and you submit your salary to him, and you have bills to pay. Remember, we've had an example like this in this household. Remember, when Peace came, she told us that the man she married, I shared the story of Peace a while ago, it's still on this channel, that the man had he had a very serious gambling problem. He even sold house, sold everything. All his money is always going because he always thinks that he will win. It's an addiction. Gambling is an addiction. So he was always losing money as a result of his gambling addiction. So let's say you are the wife of a man like that, and she said this auntie has told us now that you should collect your salary and give to him first before you spend anything from it. How is that going to work? Maybe he's already in debt. He's got people that are chasing him to come and pay all the gambling debts and everything. That means you are going to be in trouble. You're not going to have money to eat. You're not going to have money to pay your bills. You're not going to have money for your children, school dinner. You're not going to have money for the month if you earn monthly. So that's why I said, everything prophetess says, everything she says about how she was so emphatic about submitting, it sounds nice, it sounds really good, pleasant to the ears, but if you look at it critically in the kind of world and the society that we live in, because it's not a perfect world, human beings are generally flawed. Okay? We are flawed as human beings, and it's not just brothers alone. Sisters are flawed too. As long as you are a human being, you got your own flaws. So that's why it cannot work. It can't work. And before I want to quickly talk about, Ephesians 5 that she was talking about, because I feel like people abuse that chapter of the Bible a lot. If it was live now, I would have loved that our brother Patrick, to throw more light about this, because he's a man of God. And I'm wondering, is his wife, because he said to us in one of the shows that the wife is a nurse. And he keeps telling us about how, men should love their wife, men should love their wife, how he tries to learn every day to love his wife, how he does things around the house just to support the wife to make her life easier, even though he works as well. I would have loved to ask Brother Patrick, is your wife submitting to you as a man of God? I mean, is she, when I say submitting, is she giving you her salary, like she will collect her salary and hand it to you first before she will take anything from it, according to what this woman has said? Because there's a lot of negative teaching out there. And for every mumu so-called pastor that comes out here to talk, that we see on social media, there are people sitting down there under their tutelage. They are teaching them every day. And I feel, as an African woman, as a Nigerian woman, that we've been taught right from we were kids how to be good wives, how to run a home, how to hold your husband, how to manage your children, how to do this. And I feel like the reason why we have a lot of mangu pack is because it is not balanced. You cannot disagree with this. It's not balanced. Growing up, I remember my mom schooled me, tutored me, prepared me for marriage, but she did not prepare my brothers. She didn't. And of course, my dad passed away early. But even when my dad was alive, he wasn't teaching my brothers how to be, good husband. It is something that doesn't normally happen in an African home. We allow our boys to run around wide, and you wonder why they behave the way they do when they are grown, because they were not taught. A lot of us now, growing up from African background, there are some things that we cannot do because that home training when they instill for our brain, no go let us do them. You don't forget. You don't. Your mom's brain will be ringing in your head. Your dad's brain will be ringing on your head. Okay? But we need to use the same energy to raise brothers so that there will be an equilibrium. Okay? So I feel like at this point now, they don't teach us enough. You need to start teaching brothers now. Start teaching them. It's never too late. Okay? Some are still willing to learn. Because I find out that a lot of brothers, it's not like they are bad. They are not bad. It's just that they don't know. I mean, you can't act better than what you know. You can only do what you know. And some people are open to corrections, they are open to changing, they are open to learning. Like, for instance, when we come to the diaspora, let's use diaspora marriages as an example, because we live in the diaspora. In When you are coming to the diaspora as an African person, when you get here, you need to change your outlook about life. We change our work ethics, okay? We change our timekeeping. We don't do African time here. When they tell you work starts at 9, 10 minutes to 9, you are there. Why don't you do it the way they do it in back home? Because you know you get fired. You know you get in trouble, right? So our lifestyle completely, we need to get into how Oyinbo do their things. But when it comes to marriage, we don't do the same thing. This is my point here. I'm trying to make that. When it comes to marriage, a lot of our brothers still want to marry the way they marry in Nigeria. It doesn't work. In Nigeria, brothers don't need to go and cook. You don't. A lot of brothers, although you have some sisters that will still say that their fathers cooked. Yeah, the odd daddy out there or uncle, love cooking and they enter the kitchen to help their wife, but it's not expected. It's not an expectation. Even to today, young men, they don't go into the kitchen to go and cook because the wife, does the cooking and she has domestic help. She will have domestic help to help her. So he's not expected. Once he drops money, food will be ready. But here, it's not the same. You don't have any domestic help here. You have chores, you have children, you have all these things. And yet, because you are an African man, you cannot say, I am an African man, I can't do it. You are an African man and you are doing African time in Nigeria, but you are not doing it here in Obodo. You see, you're an African man, and you used to your attitude towards work was so laid back. Like I remember when I was in the civil service in Nigeria, if work starts at 9 o'clock, I feel reach office maybe 12. Some days I will not even show up. I'm not proud to say it, but this is the culture. This is what everybody was doing. It wasn't until I even got to this part of the world that I realized that you can't do that. You can't just take off. I'm telling you, this is what people do back home. It's a way of life. But do we do the same thing here? No. So my point is that the way we do things back home and the way we do things here is different. So if you want to be happy in your marriage, you want things to work, you cannot say, this is how my father married my mother. I must marry you like that. If you don't like it, that means you're a bad wife. Okay? Now, I'm going to go quickly into that, what this auntie was talking about. Ephesians 5. Ephesians 5, that she was talking about, because people we love to quote that very, very, very much. We love to quote that. Okay? So I'm going to is it showing? I don't know if it's showing now. Unfortunately, I cannot see it. Okay, it's not showing. So um uh, I'm gonna okay. Okay. Is it showing now? I don't know if it's still showing now. I don't think it's showing. I just stopped the camera, but it's not showing. It's to show. And this is what it says. I'm reading it. You can't see it, but I'm reading it. Ephesians 5. Okay. This is where she was reading from. Hmm? And this is what a lot of people like to quote when it comes to uh the issue of submission. Submission, which is good. All right. Okay. If I start from 21, it says submitting yourself one to another. People don't always like starting from 21. I don't know why. 21 says submitting yourself one to another in the fear of God. Then 22 says, wives, submit yourself to your own husband as unto the Lord. Okay? As unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore, and this is 24 now, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives also be their own. Let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. This is why I always say his husband is your own husband, you submit to, not to all the population of men out there, in case you didn't get it. 25 says, husbands, love your wife, even as Christ also loved the church and gave herself for it. That's very, very powerful. Love your wife as Christ. Do you know how Christ loved loved the church? He gave himself up. He gave himself up to die for the church. So that is the kind of love that they are telling us here that the husbands will have. Are you willing to give yourself up to die for your wife? That's the kind of love that is being demanded here. This is what is requested. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. And 27 will say that he might present it to himself as a glorious church, not having a spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. And 28 says, so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. Love your wife as your own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man has ever yet hated his own flesh, but you nourish it and cherishes it, even as the Lord, the church. Now, this is something. So I feel like, we need to read it all to get an insight into what is being said, because most times we know they read it all. We don't read it all. Not only that part about submitting, like you see this antenna. If she has started by talking about how we need to submit to one another, and she also talks about how the love part of it, because this is what God knows that women will need love. And I often say it on this show here that if you love your wife enough, submission will not be an issue. It will not be. She will just submit naturally. A lot of women, all we need is love. Now, when person no get love, now they do strong head. Now they do say, you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me how to spend my money. It's my money. When the love is too much, before you even say anything, go look your face, no say something dey wrong with you. He's helping you, the children, everything, hands on. He's not leaving all the bills to you alone, to be running helter skelter, to be looking for how to pay the bills to feed the family. He's pulling his own weight around the house, and you are doing it together. Now, partnership we need, though. I don't know where these people come from, honestly. All these pastors, I don't know. And apart, what we need that can make marriages work today is not submitting your salary to one person, no. And you see how she did not emphasize the other one of the man submitting his salary. She said it only once. The other one, now she did shout every day. The other one is the one she's shouting, submit. You need to give it to him. You need to give it to him. But you should have emphasized it more that he too should submit to you and give the woman the salary as well. So they put it together. And this is partnership, but you keep emphasizing that you shouldn't even touch your salary. You submit it. He has control. He's the one that will tell you what to do with it without emphasizing the other bit of it. So it's faulty teaching. You know, help anybody this teaching. And I know my sisters here on the platform, they're not going to agree. One igba, one igba. Submit fire. Listen. See, this marriage business, and everybody they do as he according to their situation. There's no textbook to it that this is the perfect textbook. If you read it today, you hold this thing and you will say, okay, this is the textbook today. If you read it today, you will know everything about marriage. Good job. Not only you they write your own. Not only you to write your own text. Not only you know what will work for you. What works for you might not work for me. What work for me might not work for you. You know the person that you are in a relationship with. You know the person that you are married to. So all this teaching about pay, you need to give it to him. You know, you are disobeying God. You know, if you say you need to show him the alert of your salary. Yeah, people should be open about their finances in an ideal marriage where the relationship is sweet. Everybody is looking out for one another. We are loving each other, and you know the thing is sweet. But I don't know what you the end. You don't let me see your bank account. I don't know what is going in. You just say, okay, this is what I have, and that's it. If you don't show me how, I go show you. I feel like when it comes to leadership, yes, the man is the head. He should assume the leadership position in the family. But you need to lead by example. Show me. Let me know. Ah, babe, this is what we have on ground though. You know, okay, we plan together. What are we gonna do with it? This is what I have. I have okay. He can say, okay, I have 5,000 coming in at the end of the month. I say I have okay, 3,000 coming in or 3,500 coming in. You put it together, it's 8,500 pounds or dollars. And then you now take out, okay, well, this is what we're using for utility, we're using it for rent, we're using it for food, we're using it for the children. What is left? Then you agree, it's a discussion. This is where communication comes in an ideal marriage. But in so many marriages, and we identified previously on a show we did here that one of the problems of marriages is lack of communication. One of the problem of marriages as well is finances, the way finances are being managed, okay? Some don't bring anything in. Some men don't bring anything in and they want to control what the woman is bringing. Some women don't bring anything in as well and they want to be in charge of whatever is being brought in. I mean, that's why I say there's no manual to it. Sometimes some women cannot work. They are full-time housewives because the children are young, especially in the diaspora. When you look at it, you are thinking, oh my God, if I'm going to go and pay childcare for 3 children, I might as well stay at home. It means I'm just going to go and earn and pay childminder. No need. Let me stay at home until child, they are up to the age of school. That's for young couples whose children are young. The fact that you are staying at home and not seeing the children does not mean that the money that is coming into the family does not belong to you. Do you know what it means to be looking after children and raising a family? We no get minder here. Oh. We no get nanny. Oh. We no get nothing. We no get cook. We no get chef. We no get house girl. Nothing. You are the cleaner. If the child is sick, now you go carry and go hospital. If anything happens in school, now you there go call. There are so many things that a woman takes on. And that's why I feel like all she's asking for, just love her. Love her, you know. And also he is asking for, as brothers, is respect him. Okay? But I do agree with her that it's not everybody that you can respect as a woman. That's why I also agree that during courtship, you should choose carefully whether you can respect that man or not. But unfortunately, we marry for different reasons. Like a story I did on Saturday, the international marriage when somebody from here carry go Africa go marry. How do you know that you cannot even submit to a man like that or that the marriage will be problematic? You don't know because now how do they call it transatlantic marriage or international long distance. So people marry for different reasons. So there's no one size fits all about it. And this one of carrying salary to go and give before you can take anything from it, before you can spend from it. So kele work. Not in this day and age. If we are going to be doing show and tell, you show me, I show you. We plan together. If you are not showing me, I am as hell not going to show you nothing. That's the way it works. Okay? I know some women are very good. They are very, very submissive. Whether you show them or not, they will still show you to be doing good wife, good wife. But what you don't do, you don't reach you for a year. No person go tell you, say, okay, in this day and age, 2021, you carry salary, go say, Daddy, this is my salary. This is how much I earn, though. Can I have money for petrol? I mean, a man that will even expect that kind of a thing, though, that tells me the kind of man I is. All of our good brothers that I know, I don't understand it. You can disclose how much you earn to your husband, but for him to be expecting you to bring the money to him, to show him a lot every month, I don't understand. What kind of a man will expect that, though? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Things are happening. My people, not be smart, you know. So, ladies, I'm going to ask you. They say You should be submitting your salary. How do you feel about that, wives? All you wives in the building, Obodo farm wives, how do you feel? They say you should submit your salary before you even touch it. How do people feel about it? I will be in the comment section and I would just love to hear from you. As a wife, your money should be submitted to your husband before you spend a dime out of it. How do you feel about that? And as brothers, is that an expectation for you? Do you expect your wives to submit their salaries or their money they earn to you before they spend a dime? And I'm just going to end by saying that I don't believe, I mean, what she said about my money, your money is our money and my money is my money, that's not correct as well. I mean, a lot of people in the diaspora know that you can't do that. It's in Africa that a lot of women say, my money is my money and your money is our money. And that's because they have men that are loaded, that have a lot of money. And the expectation back home is that the man pays all the bills in most cases. But in the abroad, it's not the same. There are a lot of bills and everybody needs to chip in. I believe strongly that any marriage that will be happy and successful, there needs to be partnership. We need to work together. Man, lift each other up. The wife lifts and the husband up. Husband lifts the wife up. You support each other. You communicate. That way, the respect will be easy to respect Daddy Wa, and Daddy Wa will be doing love and doing, love bombing our mommy Wa, and the thing go this sweet they go, you know. Anyway, I like to hear from you. Leave me your comments in the comment section if you feel this is applicable or this can actually work in 2021, going 2022. And this issue of submission, what is your understanding as a Christian wife, as a Christian mother, or a Christian woman? What's your understanding of submission? And why is it that all these people that claim to be men of God or women of God, including the women, are the women who they pay me pass? Why is it that they always overflog the issue of submission, but they never talk about the other bit of it, which is about husband loving their wives as Christ loved the church? Why? Why we know they hear that one well? Why? I don't understand. I don't know why we know they hear that one well. We need to hear that more so that it can balance the equation. Because trust me, if you love a woman, you show her that love. Express love, oh, not just say, I love you. It's in my heart. I don't need to say it. Oh my God, that one not they work. But if you express the love in the little things and big things that you do, small things, to show that you are thoughtful, you are kind, you are caring, you are attentive, you are listening, you are supporting, you are helping her, you are a shoulder that she can cry on. Submission go easy. Oh. It go easy. It's not a difficult thing to do. But the problem is, who are you submitting to? That's the problem. Who are you? Who is the person? And a lot of women are rebelling now that they're not submitting to him because he doesn't deserve it. Maybe because of the way she's been treated, experiences of the past, and and so on and so forth. May the Lord help us. Oh, it is well. This thing called marriage. It is easy in Jesus' name. Let me not say it's not easy. It is easy in Jesus' name. But I believe strongly that in the diaspora, this carrying salary to give one person, submitting salary, will work. Okay? Everybody needs to be accountable. We need to pull resources together and you need to plan together. If one person is bringing in the resources, then it will become a problem to submit to the other person. And she should have emphasized that the submission should be both ways. Submit your salary to me. I'll submit my salary to you. Then we'll submit to one another. Then we can plan it. I will still call you Daddy Wa. I will love and respect you. And the love go the sweet they go. So it's easy if people would just learn to make adjustment, to change little things, adjust, change, listen and take whatever the other person is saying seriously and, act on it. And life go the sweet they go. It is well. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Please leave me your thoughts in the comment section and do subscribe if you've not done so. Give this video a thumbs up and I will see you in my next one. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I love you.